bringing Israel to the world. This is IBN News.
With News of Israel, I'm Susan Michaels. After days of violent protests in the Eritrean community in South Tel Aviv, hundreds gathered this past Wednesday in Levinsky Park to demonstrate against Eritrean dictator Isaias Afwerki, and in hopes of bringing the violence in their community in Israel to an end. Some Afwerki supporters showed up and began throwing rocks and sticks, which turned into a brawl. The protest broke out last Saturday as thousands of Eritreans living in Israel came together to celebrate the Eritrean Independence Day. Many in their community who opposed the oppressive regime were angered, and their protests turned into violent clashes. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu met with British Foreign Secretary Boris Johnson on his trip to Britain. During the meeting, Johnson called on Israel to carry out a transparent, independent inquiry into the deaths of Palestinians in clashes along the Gaza border. He also condemned the Gazan rocket fire against Israel, saying, "We continue to press both Israel and the Palestinian Authority on the need to refrain from actions which make peace more difficult." The Palestinian nurse killed in clashes on the Gaza border recently may not have been as innocent as she appeared. A video posted on the Facebook page of the IDF's Arabic language spokesman showed the nurse Razan Najer throwing a gas grenade. 21-year-old Najer, a volunteer medic, is the second woman killed since the rioting began in March. It's reported that she was 100 meters from the fence and wearing a clearly marked paramedic's vest when she was shot. A Palestinian youth says they have no intention to stop sending incendiary kites over the border into Israel. He said the kite is the best weapon in Gaza because with rockets the IDF responds, but with kites there's no response and you can cause a lot of damage. Earlier this week, Defense Minister Avigdor Lieberman said more than 2,000 acres of crops and forests have been destroyed by these incendiary kites. Public Security Minister Gilad Erdan has threatened to use lethal force to stop the devastation. And a Knesset member calls IDF soldiers murderers and is forcefully removed from the Knesset. Joint List Knesset member Hanan Zoabi said, "The people in Gaza are refugees. Their land is in Israel. Those murdered by soldiers are not being accounted for."
IBN, Israel Broadcast Network.